Greetings, Indie Warriors! Welcome to I Dream of Indie Games. My name's Old Gamer Joe, and you know the drill by now, right? Or if it's your first time here, maybe you don't, but either way, it's time for those upcoming indie game releases for the week of August 19th through the 23rd of 2024. Welcome, everybody. We've got 10 smoking hot indies this week that you won't want to miss. So grab yourself a nice Diet Coke or your beverage of choice and get ready for that sweet dose of indie gaming goodness. As always, we thank you so much for supporting independent content here at the channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to the video, and also head over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames to gain Discord access and more. Or watch our live streams Tuesdays and Thursdays here or at Twitch. At I Dream of Indie Games, we believe games are so much more than a number, and your new indie gaming community is waiting for you. Before we get into those 10 amazing looking indies, we do have an indie sponsor this week. Yes! Coming to us from Alpha Monk. It's Robbie 2, an open-world RPG for the ages. Robbie 2's combat looks ferocious, the graphics impress for a smaller indie release, and it also seems chock full of content that will keep players invested for a long time to come. The game will feature an insane assortment of gear for you to take your foes down with, and of course, epic boss battles. Oh, I want to stab a boss in the face with a sword. Do I get to do that? Probably. Good luck surviving these battles though, because these bosses are tough as nails. From dungeons to forests, the fantasy setting looks vivid as you traverse its many planes. Combat is a huge focus of the game, yes, with dynamic encounters, but also be prepared to use that old noggin of yours. Yeah, there's gonna be a few puzzles that will come up from time to time, and you've gotta crack the code. Of course, like any good fantasy RPG, there are tons of hidden lore items to be discovered so you can learn more about this world. Meet new characters and carefully form alliances, but just be careful, don't get too close to anyone. You'll also learn new abilities as you get stronger, which will help to keep the combat engaging throughout the adventure. And oh yes, don't you worry that little head of yours, there's crafting too. So what do you think, everybody? Need a great new fantasy RPG in your life? Well, it sounds to me like Robbie 2 checks off all of the boxes. Please use the link in our description box below to find out for yourself, brave warrior. Wishlist Robbie 2 today so you are instantly notified of its glorious release. Once again, a very special thank you to Alpha Monk for sponsoring this video and supporting independent content. Check out all of our links below for the game, and now it's on to the indies. Kicking off our week is CyberCorp. This is an isometric looter shooter that can be enjoyed with friends. The developer is citing such inspirations as The Division, Warframe, and a little game you may have heard of called Destiny. However, setting this game apart from other titles in this genre a bit is the top-down perspective, which will allow for a unique view of the carnage. The Steam page also mentions that the game is best played aggressively, which sounds good to me because I was never very good at the slow and stealthy approach anyways. There will be plenty of upgrades as well as a card-based system for enhancements, and with a lot of side stories to take on in this futuristic setting, shooter fans should definitely get this one on their wish lists ASAP. You knew we couldn't go a week without a roguelike deck builder, but this one looks really good. Runes of Aereal has a haunting visual style that almost reminds me a bit of the indie classic Limbo. I really like the horror aesthetic they've gone with, and while I'm not Mr. Deck Builder myself, this one doesn't seem overly complex, so maybe I stand a chance. You can pick between 6 different characters, with the game also having some light RPG mechanics. Get the most powerful deck out there and vanquish your enemies once and for all on the 19th.
Learn, create, inspire.
I wouldn't exactly call this next release indie per se, but would probably put it more in that AA category as it's being self-published by Game Science. Either way, it looks kind of expensive, and Black Myth: Wukong is going to be an action RPG based on the story Journey of the West. Take control of the Destined One in this gorgeous-looking adventure that will have you battling your foes with an assortment of attacks and spells. The story certainly looks intriguing with some very impressive character designs, and with roots in Chinese mythology, the set pieces are very impressive. This should be a bloody epic worth checking out, especially if you're a fan of the novel. I'm a little scared it will be brutally difficult, but we shall see. Quantic Dream, they're a publisher on their own now, and will be behind Dustborn, a new action-adventure indie release. Dustborn looks like a trip, literally, a road trip. You find yourself on a crazy journey playing as Pax, who has a mysterious package that needs to be delivered to Nova Scotia. The game is full of robots, and I friggin' love robots, but it also has a unique word-based combat system. Looks like there will be quite the quirky cast of characters to meet, and even some mini-games too. All told, Dustborn looks pretty ambitious, so let's see how it sticks the landing on the 20th.
You look after each other.
Are you looking for a bit more horror and violence? Did you like the Condemned series back in the day? Well, it looks like Pneumata wants to capture a bit of that magic. This game is bloody, if you couldn't tell, taking place from the first-person perspective with plenty of melee combat and gunplay. This cosmic horror has plenty of survival horror elements, tricky AI, and crime scenes that you'll need to piece together if you hope to survive this horrific mystery adventure. Soar through the skies on your magical broomstick in Mika and the Witch's Mountain on the 21st. Love, friendship, growing up, these are just some of the topics covered in this magical adventure. Fly about and meet adorable creatures on your quest to reach the top of the mountain. You'll be dropping off packages, so be sure not to damage those, and if all of that weren't adorable enough, you can even unlock cute witchy outfits. The charming Sunset Hills is next on our list, coming to us from Cotton Game. In this little indie, you play as Nico, who is seeking new adventures on a train ride post-war. The world has changed a great deal, as you and Nico will soon discover. This narrative puzzler features a heartfelt premise and charming art that should make it a nice little adventure to unwind with for a few hours. Love is in the air for our next release, or is it? A self-proclaimed empire management simulation title, My Lovely Empress is launching on the 21st. Rule over a nation as you control Emperor Hong of the Crimson Empire. Summon creatures and choose a path of either good or evil. Manage resources and create alliances as you take in visuals that are a gorgeous mix of 2D and 3D. Time for some tactics. Tactical Breach Wizards will be launching on the 22nd, a tactics game that allows players to rewind time and learn from their mistakes. You'll take control of a group of wizards through a 14-hour campaign, learning from your mistakes and then correcting those mistakes. The story features branching paths, but the developers do stress that this game is not a roguelike. So for those of you who hate that word, you're in the clear. Even better, difficulty options allow you to tailor the game to how you'd like to play it.
Public transport. They can rewind every time they screw it up, and there's an easy mode if they need it. Tactical Breach Wizards. Coming to Steam August 22nd. Demo available now. Also, could you wishlist it, please? Thanks.
Fair warning, this last release does feature some adult content, just wanted to put that out there so y'all know, but it's called Tunnel Escape, and it's a roguelite RPG adventure. This one looks so over the top that I'm kinda wanting to check it out. Survive a zombie outbreak through strategic turn-based battles. You'll need to carefully manage your ammo because once these zombies get close, they're gonna take a bite out of you. As you go deeper into the tunnel, you'll learn more about your location and things will get even more dangerous. But fear not, because players can learn new combat skills along the way. The game does feature difficulty options and a full crafting system as well. There's also a demo available for this one, so hopefully that's still live over on the Steam page if you want to try it for yourself. But again, adults only for Tunnel Escape. We hope you enjoyed all of the games listed here today. Maybe you found the next indie game you want to play, and thank you for supporting independent content.